Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Animal Audit Corner, where I give you the greatest story today. Last night was Clear Water's council meeting. Of course, guess who was there? Almost the entire town of Clearwater there. Well, in the room anyway, and it was awesome. Everybody was down there roasting Scientology's ass. Let me tell you. And some of the council members are up there because David Miscavige wanted them out there. And I forgot his last name, but Ryan actually knows somebody from Scientology. I don't know if it's David Miscavige or one of Osa's people, whatever. But he's there because I think they wanted him there. It looked that way. And the mayor was no better because he wanted to make the deal with David Miscavige. And of course, Lena, I know her name, but I don't know her last name. She was dead set against letting Scientology have any more of the businesses and the street that they wanted. And what else happened? Yeah, I mean, and there's one other guy that didn't want any deals to happen with Scientology because they're not building anything. They said they are. They bought almost the entire town. And they're not doing anything with it. They said they're going to build something, but they've been saying that according to the meeting, they've been saying that for 10 years now. Lena was on the corner of the citizens. She was unbelievable. And everybody that was down there, the citizens of Clearwater, they were speaking dead against it. One of them said that he was down there. He's now he's now a grown man. But back, I don't know if it was the 70s or 80s. Anyhow, he came in and he said he was traumatized by that, and that's his childhood trauma. Of course, for Scientology, anyone can have a childhood trauma. And Pharaoh Cheryl, she was unbelievable. She told him what was going on through the years, and she just said it like it is. Aaron was up there, and he was really fighting the good fight. And he said he did not know that they didn't make one payment on any of the construction. And I know, but there were like a couple of people that thought, oh my God, these people are great. Where in reality, no way. A nurse who's who has great ideas, and I got to hand it to her. She wanted to have a suicide prevention, drug use prevention. The only thing is she went to the wrong people. And she said that Scientology offered her a space. Now, I'm going to tell this woman, I hope, well, she might not be watching, but I'll give it a shot. I would tell her, honey, they're not worth it because I've been down that road before. People are users. They just want something out of you, take it and just run with it. They're not going to help. They're just going to sit back and enjoy the ride. They're not going to actually lend a hand to help anybody in cases like that. They want to look like they're helping, but they're not. Honey, you're better off going to another organization to help you because there are plenty of people that do. So please, just forget Scientology, forget David Miscavige, because they only want one thing from you. The attention. They only use it for their own personal gain. Honey, I feel for you. I've been there. Don't even waste your time with them. And one other guy, I think he owns a pizza store. He refused, I think he must have refused to serve Mark Bunker because I bet you Scientology asked him not to serve him. I just bet you. He was up there looking at them with rose-colored glasses, and I'm telling you, that guy was unbelievable. And there was just this one guy that was up there who was up there twice, and he wasn't supposed to be up there twice. Other people were supposed to have their chance at speaking. So they adjourned the meeting for about an hour and then came right back. And they were finishing up the meeting. It was unbelievable. And David Miscavige wasn't even there. He was doing this secretly behind all the residents' back. It was unbelievable. But when Elon Musk was making a deal, he wasn't hiding. He gave the floor plan, and I guess he must have got the deal because they're still in business. The thing is, there is nobody in those buildings, no product placement, nobody was selling anything. That whole place, whole town is a ghost town. It's so creepy. If you don't believe me, hop on one of Aaron Levin Smith's videos. In fact, he's on right now. He's protesting. You can see it firsthand, or you can just jump on and just, if you can't find it, type in Scientology and the town of Clearwater. It'll pop up. And trust me, it is a total ghost town. It is. But everyone was there. It was just fabulous. And Lena, you should get her all the credit. I mean, she experienced what Scientology and David Miscavige was promising for years. She said she never saw it happen. So now she thought twice about letting them have anything in town. And the mayor was, he wasn't any better. But the good news is they're going to wait 30 days. They bought some time. But at the same time, they don't want to do any deal with anyone else. And it looked like everybody else had a pretty good idea and would be given the money that they want. But no, they're just letting Scientology have their way. They'll be getting the money sooner, and they would have gotten their project completed. Not like Scientology, where they just have an entire town empty. No. I mean, there's a pizza place where Aaron Smith Levin and Mark Bunker eat at every day. And there's a piano bar, and the guy that owns the piano bar wants to open up. I think it's him. I don't know. It sounded like it because I think that's what Mark Bunker said yesterday. And he said he'll come up with the funds to give it, but they just flat out refused. And it was just unbelievable. And this is one other woman that was there since the 70s, where she used to go to movies with her grandmother and do things with her family. She doesn't see that. She said it firsthand. Do I know her name, though? People came up one by one, though I don't remember each one of their names. I don't know if we're all can manage to remember every single person you see's names, but let's see, what else is there? And Mark Bunker, he really delivered. He's been protesting Scientology for years, even though before there was like the movement out there against Scientology. Now it's an entire movement, but he's been there before the movement started and before what's that? Before the anonymous protesters actually protested with those masks on. And the reason why they have those masks on is because they didn't want to be fair gamed. And guess what? I don't blame them, because it's horrible. And yeah, they don't care about anyone else's constitutional right. And David Miscavige doesn't really care about the citizens who've been living there for years actually have any kind of rights. He had to sneak around everybody's back and meet all the some of the council members of the council in secret. I would call that a cowardly move. And at the same time, if the police is there, they have his chance to arrest him, because guess what? He breaks the law every day. He don't care. But you know what? LAPD had plenty of shots to arrest him, but they never did it. If it was a regular person, yeah, they would have done it, but no, they didn't. And it doesn't look like Clearwater's going to do it either. Because just recently, the protester that got arrested last weekend, Erica, she was arrested for protesting. And the young hotshot, he was a young hotshot. I think, I know his first name is Joe, but he was a young hotshot cop. It looks like it. He looks like a rookie. He probably thought, oh, just because he's a police officer. Oh, wow. I get to arrest this woman without hearing her side of the story. Everybody's always there, and no cars are going by it. So she was able to protest it. And guess what? She also had a webcam on her. So, so everybody, everybody in YouTube land saw it, and they didn't not know that she had a webcam on her until after they made the arrest. Until that young hotshot saw it. There was actually another police officer there. I think his name was Robert. I most definitely think that. But they noticed it. Well, Joel noticed it after the fact, after he made his arrest. It was pretty funny. But yeah, the only reason why Scientology wanted that street was to keep protesters off it. That's the only reason why they want the street. But yeah, it was something else. And who was there? Yeah, the guy that wanted to actually open the business was up there just saying that they'll come up with the funds, but no, they wouldn't hear of it. But Lena really came through. She is smart. I guess she was giving it a shot for a while, and I guess they made an attractive offer and it looked good to her. But then after a while, she was thinking, you know what? These people are nuts. I'm never going to do a deal with them again. But the rest of them, oh my God. Some of them up there were David Miscavige's bitches. Excuse the term, you two, but yeah, it was unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, if you hear the guys outside, those are college students. Actually, I guess they must be playing a game of some kind. Yeah, I live right by a college. And yeah, the people of Clearwater were up in arms about Scientology taking over. I wish I could pull up the clip, but let's face it, I just started using this platform. And to tell you the truth, I didn't think I was going to do this. One day I was researching for a book that I'm doing about the mob and the cults and the famous movie stars that go through the justice system. And so I was looking for cult stories. And then since I was putting two and two together, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should see another side of this. Before, I'm thinking, oh, well, it's a religion. They have a right to the religion. But then I found out, no, it's a cult and they act like a cult. And yes, I was one of those people one time, but I'm like, yeah, no. Those people are something. Scientologists, no. There are good people. There are some in there that are good people. They just don't want to leave their families. It's the Scientology, OSA, and David Miscavige is the problem. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be in this spot, but I am. And I think I'm going to stay on air until they're gone or all the cults gone. But you know what? I doubt it, since in this country alone, they have freedom of religion. So it's hard to even shut down an organization that's a cult. And yeah, it's something. But they actually in the past they did manage to arrest people who are into dark magic, the art of black magic that's dark, managed to be prosecuted. But other than that, yeah, it's hard to even prosecute anyone in this country under that bill unless they get caught. But you know what? Scientology managed to get by with their safe pointing. And that's what they did in the city council meeting. David Miscavige and Tom Cruise really knew how to master it. They even promised them that they were going to open up a family venue, have a movie theater, but that never happened. They never even built it. It's just sitting there collecting dust like the rest of the buildings. And the people down there let them know, no, this is not acceptable. Yeah, it is. Well, that's all I could come up with. What else happened in that meeting? Yeah, but the great news is they have 30 days before they come up for a vote. And hopefully the mayor will come to his senses and let the other deals go through. He said he wanted to give 30 days for everyone to do just whatever it is David Miscavige presented. But you know what? No. It looks like he's going to go along with what he says. But everybody's hoping that something will go through, and they did buy time to actually get wherever there is. Well, that let's see. Oh, today there was a meeting in California, but I skipped it so I can finish whatever it is I was doing here on YouTube. But I'll somehow be at the next meeting, and after I'll bring it back and tell you about it. But you know what? Finally, they got all the planters out of L. Ron Hubbard Way. That's the best news. But the problem is that building is dangerous. And plus, it doesn't have access for anyone in a wheelchair, walker, whatever. The elderly who are struggling to get into those doors can't even get in without any help. And I should tell those people who's in Scientology, I'm sorry, Scientologists. They're letting you think that so they can take your money. Public Scientology, listen to me. Okay? I'm sorry. Scientology, Osa and David Miscavige is taking advantage of you. You know what? I've been there too. I was thinking, these people, it was a personal thing. But however, I've been there and they're not who they say you are. They're brainwashing you to get them to hand over your money. It's not worth putting your house up, taking out a second mortgage in your home. It's not worth dipping your hands into your kids' college fund. It's not worth getting a loan or using your credit card to pay for it, because guess what? They're going to take down your credit card number and keep using that credit card. Chase Bank pulled the plug on Scientology because people kept asking for their money back. And I guess they didn't understand that they can't get their money back. So, and Chase Bank, according to Natalie West, pulled the plug on them. Now they refuse to do any kind of business with Scientology. Wow. Well, that's all I can come up for you today. Now, don't forget, or maybe I should have waited till I actually have people in my chat, but yeah, just leave it at the comments below and then tell me what number you want to see and I will go over it. Well, that should do it for me. I can't come up with anything else, but well, last night was great. Well, sign off for you right now. See you later. See you Monday.